Do you love or hate this?
I hated it. Initially, I laughed because I was like, you know what? The Bills are that awful. You know what I'm saying? The brother couldn't take it no more and he left. And I was laughing about it. And then I saw the video for Lorenzo Alexander. And I said, you know what? He is 1,000% correct. That is one of the weakest things that I've ever seen an athlete do. I mean, it might be up there as number one. I mean, to quit during a game, that's bad enough because you could have waited till after the game.
Yeah.
But then on top of it all, to not even stick around to tell your teammates, to have them find out from coaches and what have you, that's point number 2 that made it bad. And point number 3 that made it even worse, you found the time to explain it on Instagram. So you can go on Instagram and explain it publicly, but you don't take the time to explain it with the teammates that these are your compatriots. You know what I'm saying? And so when I look at it from that perspective, I'm like, you're writing this message for public consumption so it can be perceived or inhaled in a certain kind of way. But the same thought you put into the note, you could have said to your teammates first. And the last point is the stuff that you depicted in the Instagram note, the risk that you're taking, the mental and the physical, the strain and the sacrifices. That's exactly what they were on the field doing with you. Mm-hmm. So I just thought it was real bad on his part. And it's the kind of thing, I don't even think he realizes it. It'll stay with him forever. I don't know any NFL player in all my years as a journalist. I'd have never come across an NFL player or a professional athlete who would look at something like that happening and ever forget it. Not the guys that I've talked to. And obviously, I've talked to everybody.
I think it was hilarious. I love it. I mean, look, the Bills are a terrible organization. You think about Vontae Davis or anyone on that team. Okay, Nathan Peterman's not working out. Well, it's a good thing you kept A.J. McCarron around because everyone knows Josh Allen is an upside project. Oh, you traded A.J. McCarron for some reason. Right, you traded everyone who could have been a solid veteran quarterback, maybe, or even a respectable, NFL-level quarterback. So now you got to start the long-term project right away. So there's that. The optics are funny. I mean, you could take it seriously, but most fans are looking at that laughing. Now, in terms of the serious part of it, what about his responsibility?
Hold on, Max, hold on, because I got to cut you off there. As a player, there's nothing funny about this. There's nothing funny about this. Honestly, I'm sitting here right now, and my blood is boiling right now. I would literally want to fight this cat. Here it is. Because here's the problem I have. You've known for a while now that you've been contemplating this. So you should have taken your behind to the coach and be like, you know what? I'm done. But you're going to wait until game day where we're all depending on the next man. Victor, you know this.
Absolutely.
You're only as good as the next guy that you're playing with. And then you're going to pull a punk move and walk out basically while nobody's watching, nobody can see you, and just take your stuff and run? What kind of punk does stuff like that? You just walk out on me. Guys who, like we talked about earlier, we depend on each other to make money, to feed our families and all these type of things, and then you walk out? And then you're gonna post something on Instagram, on social media?
Yeah,
you can't come at me like a man and tell me, you know what, dog? I can't do it anymore.
How many players are there in the league, Damien? Damien, how many players are there in the league?
Let's go, Victor, get it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing for me is legacy, right? I play this game for my family. I play this game to have my name be thought of way after I'm done playing this game. Mm-hmm. And as good a career as Vontae Davis has had, he's going to be known as the guy that quit at halftime.
Yeah.
And his family's going to walk around with that tag on them as well. And his teammates are going to look at him like he's the guy that – and furthermore, these young guys that are in this league that are looking at him as an example, as guys that's been there, he's a veteran player in this league.
Out the window.
They're going to think that that's okay to retire at halftime and then post something on Instagram to make up for it all. No, as a player, I'm with you, Woody. If this happened for the Giants while we were playing, there would have been a fight. There would have been an altercation in that locker room. They would have found him somewhere in the parking lot after the game, whatever the case may be.
No, he was gone.
There would have been an altercation. He was gone,
right.
I understand, but if that had happened and we were there, we were around, other teammates were there, we would have caught him at halftime,
Victor,
there would have been an altercation. That's not the way you want your legacy to be fulfilled as an athlete.
Victor and Damien and Stephen A. for that matter, I don't doubt that players feel that way. There are like, including practice squads, how many players? 3,000 players in the NFL? There are 300 million people in the country, and it seems to me, from the fans' point of view, it's more hilarious than serious, though from the players' point of view, of course it's serious. But even then, guys, he said it occurred to him in that moment, I don't want to do this anymore. Now, did he handle it right? Do you walk away? Do you not at least wait it out there with your team and tell your coach, I'm done, and then sit there and face the music? But the bottom line is, if you're done, you're done.
You sound too damn passe about it, man.
That's not the way, Max.
I'm not buying this
Because you're
whole notion
taking it real serious as
If he
players. I'm
waited
not a
to the
player.
end of the game, would you still be salty about it and handled it the exact same way?
I think if he had waited to the end of the game and he went and told the coach or just addressed the guys on the team, I can respect that. At least you made it through.
Finished the job.
You finished the job,
Max.
but to walk out at halftime?
Hey, Max, if you take your earpiece out right now and walk out, we're going to have some problems, okay?
That's right.
We're going to have some issues because you walking out on us as a team. We are a team here, and you walking out on us, we're going to have some issues.
Listen,
But
that's
from
the
the
whole point.
player's
Like I said,
point of view.
wait a minute, Max. We heard you. Here's the deal. I specifically said at the start of my initial reaction, because it's the Buffalo Bills and how atrocious they were, I said that's how the Buffalo Bills can make you feel. And then I said you saw that video from Lorenzo, from what was it? Lorenzo Adams, right?
Yeah.
You saw that video and you like this. Yo, this is serious stuff
different.
because it's like you walked out in the middle of the game. You walked out, and then, because I didn't know that Vontae Davis wasn't there after the game. I thought, Coach, I don't have it no more. I don't have it. All right, so we're going to make adjustments and whatever.
No, he
and you talk to the
he
team.
left.
I had no idea at the time he had bounced at halftime. I'll go to basketball route. If you remember, Kevin Love suffered some kind of ailment or illness or whatever. What happened with the friction in Cleveland's locker room early in the season? It wasn't that he was ill. It wasn't that he couldn't come out and play. It was that the players came in after the game was over and he was gone.